Okay. And I got the 401, move the 401. Sipping lemonade, though I like shade.
Love me or not. I'm giving all that I get. All of this energy given to you. I don't ever wanna stop. I can run it up with you, spend a little cash on you. Girl, I'll be good to you.
Hi everyone, it's Kayla Got the 411. It is Whopping Wednesday. I'm on YouTube. I have a two-part special because it's February. It's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there who got a man, who ain't got a man. If you ain't got a man, love yourself. So I'm going to be doing a two-part special. This week I have a guest, and next week I have a guest. So make sure you stay tuned. I have Sami back. Sami Social.
Hey
Sami,
y'all.
this is
Glad
her
I
second
got to be
show.
on.
We have a social 411 club on Clubhouse every week. So Sami, this my girl, this my West Coast girl. So how you doing? How's it going over there in California? Because I've heard from one of my, he told me that it's sectioned off in like zones on how bad COVID is. So he told
by counties.
the red zone. I'm like, is that bad over there?
Because they keep opening us up, and it's not like in the South where you are, it's more spread out, but LA, so we're so close together that the rates keep going up and they keep opening stuff up. So we're definitely in the red right now. And they just opened stuff back up on Friday. So I don't know what that's about to look like. But yeah, we're one of the red zones, us in New York, because everything's so close together.
They need to get some type of zones down here in Atlanta, because I mean, even though we spread out, because I live in North Atlanta, it's like, come on now, y'all. People going out to eat. I ain't gonna lie, I went out to eat a few times, but they had.
Is it outside?
No, they had the plastic. Like,
I don't like
and
that.
the menus now are like you scan the menu, and so I won't lie, but I'm not at the club. So, do you have a Valentine, Sami?
Sure, I hope so. Yeah, there's some in the works, definitely. So it's going good. What about you?
I do not have a Valentine. I feel like I'm Valentine's Day cursed.
What that mean?
Years. If I had a relationship, if I was kicking it with somebody, something always went wrong around Valentine's. But this year, I purposely didn't want a Valentine because I don't want to be bothered with somebody. I don't like you like that, and then you asking me to go out on the 14th. I don't want to spend my Valentine's Day with you, and I don't like you.
I don't like that. What about do you say he was in another state and he was younger than you? I think.
I had to let him.
You said okay.
That's an episode. Can you grow to love somebody? That was a 2-part episode I did on the podcast. I had to go. Only because I feel like his person, the one that's for him, is out there, and I'm not the one for him. Yeah. He's strung off like vagina and like looks. He's not thinking like clearly, like we have nothing in common.
Oh, okay. So no, we don't want that.
God bless to him, just in case he's watching, because he is stalkerish. But this episode is called "What Did You Learn from Your Toxic Relationships?" I know that around this time, I like to let lovers enjoy their time, but it always gives me to reflect. And okay, like my past relationships, they weren't so good, but I learned from them, so I feel more at peace moving on and dating. So what is like one toxic relationship that you had that taught you something?
Oh, child. It taught me this came up this morning. He texted me this morning. That's why I was like, I need to be on your episode. It taught me when to say no. Because there's a lot of things I shouldn't have been going for, but I did. And so I should have just been like, cool, cut it off. No.
Like what? You have any examples? Or
just like he was a very like needy person. And I'm such a giver. It was like at some point it was me giving and not receiving, you know. So just like in everything, just like in life.
That's all my relationships. Like I don't have
very needy.
I mean, it's like a. I think some guys, you know, sometimes they consider that like mothering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and some guys, they're looking for like a mother figure, and some guys, like, you remind them so much of their mom, they're like, oh no, because you're such a giver, you're giving good advice, and like, I don't know, I'm one of those people like, yeah, you should even.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
but then that gets like, if they don't give anything back, it's like, oh, so what are we doing? So I am the mother. I don't want to be your mom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You want,
Did you,
and
so you experienced the same thing basically? Like,
not so much more in toxic. I noticed that with me, but it depends on what type of guy. Normally guys that's like toxic and have baggage and stuff like that. Like, I keep meeting all these depressed individuals. Like, they just, and
yo, me too.
I'm not saying it in a mean. It's like they cling to me to almost fix them, and then they ask for guidance and help and advice. But when you give it to them, they like, okay, stop. I got it.
No, oh my God. You're not the same sign as me, huh? What sign are you?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, okay. I was like, maybe we're the same sign.
You a Pisces?
No, I'm a Pisces, but I was telling my mom the other day, I was like, even like my friends are just not like depressed, but have like a lot of feelings, and I'm like a fixer and a nurturer, and so I attract that so much. But I'll be tired. I'd be
Mm-hmm.
tired. It's too many feelings. And because I'm like so caring, I'll be like, oh, okay, let me help. But then it gets repetitive. Like I'm trying to help you out, and then you don't take the advice. So it's like, what are we doing?
Sometimes that can suck you. So many people are in relationships like that and they don't even know it. Like, you literally are like trying to be like, you're trying to be their girlfriend, boyfriend, you're trying to be their doctor, you're trying to be their mother or father, and it's like sucking you and draining you. It makes the relationship like toxic. I know one of my main things I learned from my past toxic relationship is that not to settle just because you want me. Like, sometimes, a particular guy, like, he'll fight to get your attention. But just because you want me, that don't mean that I should give you a chance. I don't mean that you're worthy of being with me. Like, I have ignored all the bad signs about you. The fact that you're like, you're a cheater or you don't have your life together. Like, that was my toxic relationship. Like, because he seems like he was putting all the effort in. So I
But he
kind of
doesn't.
all the other guys.
But in
So,
reality, he wasn't like, it was kind of like for show. Is that what you mean? Like he was
yeah,
putting effort, but it was for show. Oh, I don't
yeah.
like that.
Like, when you fight so much to get you, just because you fight so much to get my attention, that don't mean I should actually give you my attention. That's one thing that I learned in my toxic relationship, because the last serious relationship I was in, girl, was in, oh my God, when I was like 21. Like, I'm about to be 30 this year. In that relationship, it really scared me out of committing. Like, I feel like I look back, like, okay, it's a few guys that could have had a chance, but something about them, red flag, that just made me cut it off. Like, they never got to the finish line of saying, like, that's my girlfriend.
What was for one of them that was like maybe close to being to the finish line? What is it that made y'all not be together? Like, what was the issue?
It's a
You said it's a few things. Ooh, child.
one, it was just long distance because he's in Las Vegas. Um,
Well, Vegas is the plane ride, but you have a daughter, so that's different. You
yeah,
can't.
and then our life was his daughter, they're looking at colleges. Like, he's like 39.
Oh,
Like,
he's older. Gotcha.
so he's looking for colleges. My daughter, she was just going into kindergarten. Like, we in two different stages in our lives, so
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to mesh. But just certain guys, like, if a guy don't tell me the whole story, like if he tells me, okay, I have one child, but he really got two kids, like,
You lying on babies? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I wonder why he felt the need to lie about that.
it's like I learned that it was self-sabotaging, honestly. Like, I was especially my last one, he cheated on me. It was a lot of cheating going on, so that's why I don't give a lot of I don't give no second chances now to guys, because I gave that guy like 100 chances and he messed up every time. So now it's like guys coming forward, it's like literally, that meaning one strike, like, you're literally out. You don't even get to keep
Was the
going.
cheating just because you were long distance,
Oh,
or?
particular guy, this was the 4-year relationship I was in through high school into college.
Oh, okay. This is not who you have the daughter with? No? Or am I
Uh-uh.
tripping? Oh, okay.
So we you know, we was together and he just constantly, it was so toxic, girl. I used to argue with the side chicks. Like anybody that followed me on Facebook back then, like 2010, 2011, they were it always made its way on social media. So as I'm going through Facebook and I'm just reading all types of things, and I mean I went back like 10 years on Facebook messages. I found one of the messages with me and the side chick was going back and forth. And as I said, I'm gonna put it up here for the show and I'm gonna read it to you, but I'm so embarrassed because I'm just reading this like, who was I back then? So pretty much I asked her, like, do you know him, such and such? She just she just off the, she was like, bitch, get out my inbox. I ain't about to LB popping. Give me your address or send me in this phrase. She said, your man begging to see me home. Now, what you gonna do? Laugh out loud. Girl, find somebody to play with. Now, back then, we was young. So our spelling people will be very off, okay? Do not judge because I went on her page. Seems like she been moved on. It was just a little chick that he was talking to for the time. She done got her master's. I respond back and said, girl, please, what you gonna do? Pull my hair when you see me? Bring your goofy ass to Atlanta, because I had just moved to Atlanta for college. You a simple bitch. I'd rather mace your ass and watch you fall to the ground than stump you out like the dirty little roach you are. That is what I said to her.
Oh my God, you were in such a bad place.
I was just,
oh my God, you were so young. Like, it sounds like something a young person would say.
Okay, so this was 2011. So this was literally when I was
that's 10 years ago, girl.
Like, so embarrassing. She got me though. Y'all gonna laugh at the end. She said, laugh out loud. Ha ha ha. Scary bitch. Gonna mace me. Scary. And then she made sure she put big. She put a lot of X's. She said, I'm gonna F your man just because you tried me. Goodbye. Grow up.
Good. Okay, first of all, that's trifling on her part, because even though you should be mad at him, but like for her to be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get with your man, like, girl.
That's how toxic the relationships was. Like, all the side chicks, they knew about me. They would always come on social media, try to embarrass me. Like, this is, like, I know people can't really believe this side, but you don't know what people be going through. So I responded back to her. I said, no, bye. My ass, I can't even understand my own spelling. Don't be a punk and write shit like I ain't gonna say nothing. You should, oh my God, no, by now I don't play that. Remember, I'm crazy. I'm still crazy. I'm gonna write your ass as much as I want. And that default is mad ugly. You should let me Photoshop it for you, because I was going to school for the exam. So she replies back. She said, bitch, you look like a raccoon with red lips. Photoshop. Girl, it's so crazy because my circles back then, I wasn't drinking that much water. It was just so childish. And that was my entire relationship back then. It was just toxic with all of these emails. It was just a mess. And it really, like, oh my gosh, it got me scared to be in a relationship.
No, that's scary. And especially if they're like, his side chicks were bold. Like, that's different. Like, it being like on the low and you not getting embarrassed, but like, they seem like they know exactly who you were and was ready to fight. I don't like that. No.
Yeah, the ghetto. They're just the
ghetto.
I wish my daughter would partake in something like that. Girl, are you crazy? But sometimes those toxic relationships, like, it's just so much drama. Do you have any other toxic things that you learned from your relationships?
Yeah. Well, okay, so there's only been one significant one, and that was not last year, the year before, and that's who I told you who texted me this morning. Don't do it to broke niggas. like broke. Like, that was something I learned. I said, look, I'm not no gold digger, but you can't be $2 to your name.
Hell no, to the no, hell to the no.
Every day.
Cause that's toxic to you. Cause you got two type of bum niggas, people, okay? You got the one that's like, he's not gonna ask you for nothing because he's too prideful. But every day you have to hear about, I can't pay my light bill. I'm about to get cut off. I don't have nothing to eat. And then you have the ones that's like really bold, like, hey, you want to go out to eat? Oh, you gonna pay,
And
right?
then
You gonna drive?
okay.
Like, no, sir.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned too. Like, no, I don't. And it's like, it makes me feel bad because, like, I understand, especially like being out in LA, like people, like everybody's hustling, everybody's trying to get this money.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's definitely like you need to. I need you to have it in order because that was low key traumatizing. And I'm only 23, so everybody I have dated is older than me, like
Mm-hmm.
basically 30. So I'm like, at the time when I was with him, I was 21. Yeah, 21. So I'm like, he was 29. I'm like, why are you asking? I don't like that.
He
I don't.
actually,
Hmm.
I had one do me like that too. Sometimes he was $150 short on his rent. I was like,
The thing
okay,
is,
well,
I don't mind doing it because even like the person like I'm with right now, like it's cool. Like we got each other. Like, oh, like you need lunch or whatever. Like that's fine. But it's like consistently like never having it, never really trying to get it either. That was a big
mm-hmm.
thing. Like not really trying to work to get it. Always trying to ride my coattail on everything. I did not like that. So that was traumatizing for me. I was like, no, I don't want nobody that work in the same industry as me because he didn't work in the same industry as me, but he was trying to. And he would like lie about going to college because I was in school, I felt like. And I found out that he was lying, but I never told him that I knew. And I was
How did
just,
you find out?
girl, he wasn't enrolled.
He said
Like,
he went to the same school you was going to?
no, not the same school as me. He said he was going to like a trade school out here. And he had said, oh, he had told one of my homeboys, and I asked him, I said, did he ever mention to you? And he was like, no. He was like, no. He said when he goes in that area, he like be chilling, but he doesn't go. He's not enrolled in school. I said, oh, and it made sense because like after a while, like he just stopped mentioning it, like he was never enrolled, and I was
He
like,
forgot.
he
Yeah.
forgot all of a sudden.
Yeah. When you lie, you forget that you lied. So
Yeah.
you could have snicked up and said, hey, you going to class today? What class you take? And he would have been like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
class.
Exactly. And I didn't even want to do him like that because at the time, we was together and I felt like he had did it out of embarrassment. But no, now I'm embarrassing niggas. I don't care. I'm embarrassing you. I'm letting you know that I know that you know that we both know. Cause it was like in the end, I was like, damn, like there were so many things I had found out. I was like, man, I could have really like laid your shit bare. But
Mm-hmm. And then situations like that too, like you end up being with somebody that's jealous of you. I've had situations where like they just been jealous of me. Like, cause I was going to school and you were doing, always got something to say about what you're doing. Look at you. That's everybody loves that saying, look at
look at
you.
you. Yes.
You. Especially like that right there can be like so burdening. You in a relationship with somebody, you don't feel supported. You feel like you shouldn't be in competition with the person that you're in a relationship with.
No, I feel 100% because when I was with him, I had went to Japan
Mm-hmm.
and he I didn't realize until I had told him that I was going to Japan that he like loved Japan so much and like loved the art or whatever. But when I went out there, girl, he showed his ass. Like when I was out there, he had an attitude. He wasn't trying to talk to me. Like I had called him one day and he was like didn't want to talk, and I was like he was mad that I was out there without him, and I was just like, I planned this trip like a year before I met you. That was a year-long planning trip. Like, but mad, so jealous.
That is so toxic, people. If you're in a relationship with somebody that don't clap for your accomplishments, like that's like such a red flag. Every time, I got this job promotion, and they've been trying to go for a job promotion at their job for like months, and here you go fresh on the job and you get a promotion. They're like,
I don't
that
like that.
no, you shouldn't be with nobody like that. And I haven't really experienced nothing too serious, not of recently. Nobody's jealous, but sometimes, you go on a vacation, be like, hey, I'm going to such and such. They'll be like, oh, look at you. You just, yeah.
I hate that. That look at you. So you're mad. You're mad. Just say it.
I,
You're jealous.
I say, I booked the flight. You can do that too, you know?
Right.
But somebody
Like,
would be like, wow, we should go together. Like, let's do something together instead of you sitting over there in the corner. Because think outside the box. Okay, normally if you two people go on a trip, you're normally saving money.
Mm-hmm.
That's two people to a room, you and your boo, you get to spend some so you don't have to sit home and be miserable and be sad.
Yeah. No, but it's that jealousy thing. I don't like that. Even like from my friends, like I don't even like friends that are like that, like mad about it. So definitely when you dating somebody, we're not doing that.
If you can't trust the person that you lay with,
what's the point, child?
Mm-hmm.
No, look, I'm gonna tell you the text I got sent. Girl, I got sent this text at 6:30 in the morning, and I looked at it and went right back to sleep. And I swear I thought I was dreaming because I was asleep. And then I woke up and looked at it again. I said, "Oh no, that wasn't a dream." What did he say to me? He said, "Wait, did I block him? Is it not gonna show because I blocked him?" Oh, it said, "Hi, good morning there. I'm gonna be in LA for a week from Tuesday to Friday. I don't know if you're available, but I'd like to sincerely link up. I know that the rules and regulation in LA due to COVID, but I have an idea. If you like, we can get food at my Airbnb and just talk if you're open, but let me know." No.
He's not professional.
Yeah, right. No, but girl, he had a bad habit of doing that. And so he had actually hit me up like in October when I was in Florida. He was blocked. So he Cash Apped me he Venmoed me. And you can leave a message when you like Cash App somebody. So he left me a message and was like, "Can you call me or can we talk?" But he had to send me. He said what?
How much he sent you?
Girl, he sent me $2 lousy because he's broke. Anyways. $2 lousy because he's broke. But I was in Florida at the time, so I was like, I'm not even in the city, but whatever. And I came back and he was like, like, I know you're back, like, I've been seeing you've been doing good. But okay, here's the thing. Every time I post something bomb on my Instagram, all of a sudden he wants to come up and he's blocked. So I think he made a separate page to look at my stuff. Like, I was just like, he just wants to watch. Like, I don't like that. But yeah, so that happened this morning, girl. And I said, and it's by Valentine's Day. This ain't nothing but the devil.
Yeah, that's another toxic thing. All these like, what are you doing on Valentine's Day?
Why do you care?
I do. You will not be included in it. I feel like I'm just at the age now where it's like I don't want to just be with somebody on Valentine's Day just because. Like, yeah, I'm taking off that Friday. I'm gonna get my nails done. I'm going to the mall. Only reason why I'm going to the mall is because I need to get fancy people. Okay, I had to clarify that. Yeah. I'm just something for me. I feel like that's the day that lovers and people who are in relationships and like have something like going for themselves should be together. But don't think you're gonna hit me up. I had one guy. He was like, oh, I met you just in time because it's cold. I got somebody to snuggle up with. Who you snuggling up with?
Who you doing? Who said that? When Portia from the Real Housewives. Who said that? Who said that?
That was your introduction too. You ain't even say hello. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
I don't know.
Another toxic thing that I've learned in a past relationship is that hurt and drama does not mean your relationship is strong. Like all of that fighting,
that's toxic.
You done been through so much. All the girl, this girl done came and these guys. That does not make our relationship strong. Strong relationship, I look at it as like, okay, a married couple, they both are one of them is fighting COVID and the other one has to take care of them, or a couple that both of them lose their jobs, so they have to figure out. That's how I look at strong relationship. If you're not gonna don't let people persuade you to think like, okay, well, I done had 2 babies on you, or I caught that case, but look what we got.
Not caught the case. Kayla, you be with hood niggas. You said caught the case.
No, I'm talking about niggas, they don't hood do. I date nerds, girl. I look like the nerd, but I know a few people really like hood dudes. I don't know. Yeah,
I'm one of those people.
Particular clubhouse room that I was in, I felt like they was always saying that they like hood dudes. I was over here like, I like guys that like Twilight.
I like both. Be both. Who is calling me from New York City? I like both.
I don't like grills in the mouth. I don't like just too embarrassed. Girls down.
Oh, but I was like down there. That's normal, but no, we don't.
Yeah, they all in the camera. Like your pictures, like you doing them gang signs. Like you holding Hennessy bottles. Like that's just total turn off for me.
You're not doing that. No.
was a big lesson for me too. Like, okay, all of this pain and stuff that you're putting me through, that don't mean that we have a strong relationship. That's so manipulative of people to make you feel like, okay, look through all we've been through. We've been through hell and we still here.
No,
No.
that's called trauma bonds, like where you're just bonding from traumatizing things. No, that's the worst thing to do. Even like with friends, me and my best friend talk about that a lot. But yeah, no, just because I hate that whole like a woman like because she held me down mentality. Like, you know, the woman be going through hell and high water, and they be like at the end they choose her, maybe.
You are the reason why at night I hear myself cry. Even though we drift apart mentally, yeah, you're still mine. Or am I out of line? Thought the stars were aligned to make us so combine. Stuck on you like lashes and glue, and I've been giving all my love into you, but I'm so sick of being sick of you. You moved on, but I'm still stuck on you. Things just ain't the same for you. Why do I still feel a way for you? How I'm still attached to you. Girl, this feels like deja vu. Must be so tired. I'm so tired, I'm so tired, so tired. Oh, must be so tired. I'm so tired, I'm so tired, so tired.
Maybe.
That's a heavy maybe. Because even like with my dad and my stepmom's relationship, my dad, child, is a Rolling Stone. But they hadn't been together since I was like 2 or 3. And my stepmom was like, oh yeah, like your dad finally got it together. They didn't been together for 20 years. I said, he just got it together?
Right.
Like, I mean, kudos to them and, you know, they're good now. But I was like, they went through a lot of mess to stick
and
that
then
out.
it leaves you emotionally scarred too. It's like you don't endure it so much, and then when it finally gets right, relationship gets right, like you can't really enjoy it because you're so damaged from everything that I've been through. I think it works. It depends on what type of toxic that you was going through. I feel like abuse and cheating and stuff like that, that's just too toxic. I know a few couples, they struggle financially or, you know, heard of some situation.
I think you can come out of like a financial thing, personally, but what do you think?
I think so too, as long as like there's like an agreement, you know, we both got to be putting in equal the time. Because sometimes find hard. Like I've heard of 2-parent households, like both of them lost their jobs like in 1 year. So things like that, you just got to have the same mindset. I think it's different if you going to work every day and you come home and he's just there playing the game, playing the baby PlayStation 5 when he should
Acting
be
like a baby boy. I don't. No. We're not doing that.
No, I've never. You can't even get my attention. And this is not to put anybody down. It's different for me because I have a daughter. So I feel like everything my daughter sees me do, she's gonna want to do. So ain't no man ain't never been in this house. It's always been me and her. Like I can't picture me and my daughter coming home, a man just sitting on my couch. Like, what are you? Like my daughter will probably tell you, like, what are you doing? You go to work. She probably would say something like that.
Yeah.
Because she's outspoken. But you have any more?
No, that's like the main. That's the main one. Well, no. So I caught him out with someone else. Like, well, my best friend caught him out with someone else, and he was like, "Oh no, that was my neighbor." I said, "Wow," but me being dumb, young, dumb, and thought I was loving, we got back together. But girl, I was like, I ain't never heard about your neighbor a day in my life.
Same thing too. Same thing I used to go through. Like I see something and be like, the dudes. I'm not gonna put it on all dudes, but they can really persuade you if they're skilled at it. They can really you believe like that girl that you was holding hands with is really your cousin. Like they can really. It depends on where your mind. It depends on where your mindset is now. I think now I'm a full grown woman. You can't play games like that and be like that. they don't even get that far with me. But back then, like if a guy persuade you, start crying, a few tears, like you could really believe him.
Yeah. No. Definitely. And I've been on both ends of the spectrum. Not that I have ever cheated, but you know, when you in the in-between stages with people and you know, you say things. So I definitely know that I can be persuasive as well. So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's to what extent? Because I always tell people like I'm not trying to put my trauma onto nobody else, so traumatize nobody else. But yeah, no, definitely that whole, oh, that was my neighbor. You ain't never talked to your neighbor day in your life. So
Where were they going?
they was at a restaurant.
Up
Up the street. And so my best friend, Jay, he called me and I was like, get ready for work. And we're actually gonna make a YouTube video about this. But he called me and I was like, what do you want? Like I was moving around. So I was like, why are you blowing up my phone? And then he sends me a video of them in the
That's
corner.
right. Get that video.
Oh, I said, wow. And then my dude sees him, walks over to his table and was like, oh, have you talked to Sami? And then Jay's like, no. He was like, no, I haven't. And then he was like, oh, yeah, we're going through a hard time. And I was just like, he had me on the phone, but he had turned his phone around the table. Right. And I was just like, okay. And I just left it at that. That's all you could do. But yeah, like I've never been in a situation where nobody trying to fight me or nothing. You was going ham with your situation.
You know what? That's the last situation that I've ever dealt with that too. Sometimes those toxic relationships that brought a whole different side to me now. Because these days I do not argue. I mean, I normally like, okay, I say what I got to say and that's it. Like as far as arguing and like making myself so to the point where I'm embarrassing myself, no, I would never. No, especially not now when I'm building a brand. I wish somebody would see me online.
Building a brand.
No,
can never.
I don't even recognize that particular girl back then. And even just reading our old not text messages, like Facebook messages, he was just so, gosh, we were so toxic. It was one of those relationships where we had no business being together. And when you keep going 1 year and then 2 year, then 3 year, and then 4 year, and sometimes your insecurities start kicking in and be like, okay, well, he must love me because he's still here. Like he's not going to them. It starts to get in your head and you start thinking like, okay, well, it'll get better. Like it'll get better. So many young girls are like going through that like in their early 20s. Like you have your whole life ahead of you. Like I'm telling you, it's gonna be okay. There's more men out here.
Girl, plentiful. Because let me tell you, there are so many. There's too many at times. But that will love you to death. Because even like my current situation, he was acting up on actually New Year's. He was being a man. He was acting a fool. And in my head, I was like, I'm matching your energy. And I swear men know, because the day after we had got into it recently, like my phone with all the hit ups, all the good men too, well, not all of them good, but most of them were good. And I was just like, it's plenty of them out here. So you got to make a decision which one you're going to pick, because you can have all of them, but which one is worth it?
Everybody's replaceable. Like, period. And I think once people understand that, like, you're replaceable, right? There's always going to be somebody better than you. That's why I feel like, you need to approach me like like this your dream job.
Yeah. But keep the dream job, because they start off good. And
because I'm gonna do my background check and I'm gonna call those references and I'm gonna look into you so you can have your resume all nice and pretty with what you want me to see. But eventually the true you is gonna come out. I know I go through that so many, like this goes into one of my next things that I learned from toxic relationship is that don't change who I am. I don't really consider myself like a typical Black girl, especially living down here in the South. Like I like 80s rock music, I like EDM music. My style is a little more different than people down here. So guys that look at me like I'm listening to music, I want to listen to like EDM music. Why are you listening to that? Because I want to listen to that. So making you feel uncomfortable about who you really are.
Yeah.
Right there, I will never. I need somebody that matches my energy. Like if I want to watch Twilight all day and cry, like I'm going to watch all of it.
Twilight.
Like, you're not gonna make me feel better. Why are you watching that? Like, why you watching? Why are you listening to that? Blah 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 blah.
It's somebody that matches, or if they don't match, don't mind matching your energy. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think with people I've dated recently, are very different from me. I would say, like, I'm not, although I'm very caring, I'm not very affectionate. So I attract very affectionate people, but if I'm with you, I don't mind getting affectionate with you. It just takes me a minute. It takes me a cool minute sometimes. But you just have to find people that'll like match your cool, match your energy, and be open to doing it genuinely. Like, not making you feel bad about like you like an EDM. Like, don't make you feel bad about it.
Right. And then I'm very affectionate. I'm very emotional. So I keep meeting people who are not like affectionate. It makes me look at you like, okay, like.
Oh, you look at my best friend. My best friend is so affectionate and she just wants to love on me. And I be like, girl.
I'm a hopeless romantic. Like, I got my whole dream wedding planned out. Like, I know it's gonna be at the botanical garden. I don't want to be bridesmaid. I'm gonna be the only one up there. I know the colors. Like, I'm a hopeless romantic. Like, I've always been like that. But I'm meeting guys who are not affectionate. They're like the opposite.
So what does dating look like for you then? Like, do you want to date this year or do you not?
Yeah, I want to date. It's just the options is it's just the way they approach me. I just feel like you just can't approach me disrespectfully. You cannot just jump in my DM and be disrespectful. That's not gonna.
I'm trying to figure out how to not attract that, because I attract not disrespectful, but just like coming at me crazy. And I'm not even like open to that at all. Not in the space for that at all. But like they say you attract stuff, and I'm like, how do I not attract that? Because I hate it.
I asked a few guys. I think I asked Lex that, like, do I give off of a whole vibe? Like, I really had to ask him that because I'm getting like penis pictures. I'm getting like all types of disrespectful. Like, one guy sent me a picture. He's like a white guy. He's like, his belly is out. He's just sitting on the couch, like, sent me a picture. Like, they just approaching me like I'm like I have an OnlyFans. Like, I'm just busting it open. And I had to ask, what am I? But then somebody told me, because you give off the approach of like a good woman. Like, you just seem like you got it together. But that's another toxic thing too. Like, just because you see social media, you think you got me all figured out until you actually get to know me. You realize, wow, okay. Sometimes I can be bitchy. Sometimes, I don't text all the time. Like, I'm very proudful. Like, if I don't hear, you don't text me for 3 days, we just gonna sit there.
I love that.
I can be a little controlling. I'm a control freak. It's a lot of things that go on. And dudes, they be looking at your social media like it's a new shiny car, not realizing, okay, that car has some work that needs to be done with. Are you okay? Are you gonna accept that?
Yeah. Oh, that made me just, that just struck a nerve. That was triggering. My ex, like, again, we met via DMs, or we had, like, he had known somebody I know, but yeah, we had met via DMs, my ex. And when we first got together, I always told him, I was like, I feel like you put me on this pedestal because of what you see on social media. Like, yeah, I'm Sami social, but like, I'm also a human. I have feelings. I be going through things. I'm not always, bright and shiny. And so we came to like towards the breaking point of he and I had basically like broke down and like told him like all the things I've gone through, like childhood stuff, and just like, like when I'm not having a good day, there's reasons why. And he was like, that's a red flag, and I think we should break up. Like, literally, girl, when I tell you trauma, and it was a build up to it, because the first time he was like, I can tell like you hold back. He was like, there's a wall with you. Like, talk to me. I was like, I feel like if I talk to you about it, you'll leave me. And he left. And I was like, my face was broken.
That right It's like that is so toxic, and I'm so glad that you brought that up towards the end, because I think that's like a banger to end the show. Like, people, when you start opening up, they like, you really can tell like who actually wants you, because when you start opening up, the real you start telling them about what you got going on. Like, all of a sudden, it's like you got too, like, it's just too much. They don't. It's like you're burdening them with your problems, but things that I go through is a part of my journey. How can you not accept that I've been through things at childhood? Girl, I really, that's so crazy.
Yeah. No, girl, that was the first like relationship I will claim. First relationship, yeah, I will claim. And that literally, I don't think I was in love with him yet. I think I was definitely on my way, but that broke my heart. Like, I just told you my whole life story and you just, those are his exact words. Well, he texted me this. He said, those are red flags and I think we should break up. And I was like, oh my God. But toxic.
Sammy, like, after that situation, did it take a while to open up to other people after?
Girl, still, because that was only a year and a half ago. So I'm still like, even like me and the people I've talked to last year and my current situation, like, it's very, very hard. And I find myself like battling with it because I'd be like, oh, like this is going on. I kind of want to talk to you about it, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. So it's definitely a battle because I was already closed off in the first place. That's why I exposed myself. So it's a slow process, but I think finding somebody that will let me kind of play tug of war with my feelings until I get there and not push it too hard.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's okay. But what about you?
I had a situation where, like, last year was like a really like hard like year for me. Like, I'm talking about, like, with my mother, I found out like all types of childhood stuff that I didn't know. My best friend, she just stopped talking to me. Like, I don't even know. So it's like, I'm like, it wasn't a good time. So I'm confiding in you, but you're also going through other stuff too.
Yeah.
But when I talk about my stuff, like, even with social media, like, I go through so much stuff on social media, like, between the hate comments, I'm a fat this, I'm a bit, like, those type of comments, the drama with your own peers. So when I'm confiding in you, like, I'm confiding in you. But when I confide, it's just too much. Like, that's like, what they call it, negative energy. Like, that's just baggage.
No.
But I think when you see people on social media, you thought, she just has it all together. No, people
social media is fake. Like, it's, I mean, granted, like, we're authentic, we're real, but it's like we just show you the pretty parts and occasionally like the silly parts and a few bloopers, but like you at your core. And I think also, like we talked about earlier, us being givers, people are so used to us giving. So the minute we need to receive at our core, it's like, hold on, doing too much. Because that's really how I feel. Like, I really feel like I can pour into people all day, but the minute I need a drop, it's like, ooh. That's all it is. But you just gotta find somebody that'll that'll be patient with you and also pull it out of you. I find myself recently wanting someone to like sit there and be like, no, like, talk to me. Even though I may not do it, but I still want somebody that'll do it.
You want somebody that can communicate, like, even listen. Like, I'm listening to you. Like, you don't want to listen to me? Like, similar to what you said with the guy. It's like, it ain't really, that situation, he was kind of like, okay, he's just an asshole, you know. He's just
No.
So, do you think it's toxic for two people in the same industry to like date?
No, not at all. Not at all. Actually, most of the people recently I have dated, well, not recently, but like in the past have been like creatives and stuff like that, like similar to me. I think that is great. It just needs to be like a fine line between like, okay, that's yours, this is mine. If we're going to come together, it needs to be really clear. My current partner, like, some of the things that they're working on, it's like, okay, you can do that, but I need it, like, if this is business, if there's a check involved or there's something that's gonna have my name on it, like, it needs to be really clear on what we are doing, and not anyone being taken advantage of or, like anything like that. But I think that is dope.
I It's when you have somebody that's like relatable to you, like they understand. I can't talk to people about what I'm going through. They'll be like, I'm recording an episode. What you mean recording what? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Or I got a show with a guy. What guy? What y'all talking about? Like somebody who does what I do, they'll get it. They'll understand and stuff like that. So I think that's very, very healthy. Because I've been having a lot of them in my DMs. Like it just depends on
like creatives or like, you know, media people.
like media people.
That's good.
But
Maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need somebody that's not a nerd and like super like kind of extrovert, not super, but extroverted like how you are.
like a creative like I don't like to say nerd, but I call it like a stereotypical nerd. You know, in school it's always called the smartest guy, the nerd, but I want a smart. Why would I want the dummy that's skipping class? Like,
right? Nobody wants that.
That has a plan, a business plan at the age of 17. Like by the time he's 30, like he's probably banking. Like I want that type of guy. So it just depends on because I feel like I got to be very careful about people are very moochers and people can really be trying to like use you for information. Like,
yeah. And honestly, I have been in a place where it's like, I'm charging for the information I'm given, honestly. Like me and Jay say all the time, pay our invoice before you pick our brains. And definitely even in relationships or like when you're in the talking stage or dating stage, I had to learn the hard way that like I was being mooched off of and like they were riding my coattails. So now it makes me real hesitant and I hate that, but it's just real. Like, you know, you never really know somebody's really their actual motive is. So just be mindful of it.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't want to do any podcast. It'll have to be like a different side of like media too, like
what? Like maybe they do like marketing and then you are like the one in front of the camera. That could work.
Yeah, that's like perfect. Yeah. Like when I ain't gonna say Candy and Todd, but Todd had a check. You watch Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah. Todd had a check. Yeah.
Oh yeah, something like that. But not nobody, especially that's like jealous. Like, oh my gosh, like
the jealousy thing. God. That definitely is the kicker for me because I don't want nobody around me that's jealous. Like, because I'm so like, let's do it together, no matter what it is. Like you and me, let's do this shit together. Me and my friends, me and whoever I'm dating. Like, so that jealousy shit is just like you just don't like yourself.
I think for me, I don't even want like guys like too much in my business. Like as far as my business, because I always this is something I said. Jay-Z is not in the conference rooms with Beyonce. He's in his own conference rooms.
Yeah, that's real. No, when I find myself doing that, we're literally like the same person. I like recently, like, I be so quiet about all the stuff I have going on, and then like I'll drop something or like hint at it, but like once it's all the way done, and then the people I'll be talking to be like, "Why did you say nothing?" And I'll be like, "I don't know." Like, I guess I'm just real secretive and like, cause it's yours, you know. You just like, oh, like I'm gonna just give you the finished product, but not let you know the process.
Especially with I don't have a Valentine. I have a lot of options, but none of them are. I don't know. It's like sorry, my energies. Like I'm on Tinder. I'm on Tinder, you guys.
Oh, you're on Tinder.
Yeah, I'm on Tinder.
I love swiping for people on Tinder. Like I be swiping for my friends. It's just so fun, just because they ain't got nothing to do with me. So I think it's fun.
Yeah. Swiping like right for everybody just to see who like me, and then like when they write me and I don't like them, like I unmatch them. But I just want to see. So I got like over 200 matches on Tinder.
Girl, what are you doing?
I don't know.
You just bored and just like trying to see.
Especially when I travel, when I go, like I went to Miami, I was like, get on Tinder because you see what's around here. It's so fun, but I ain't found nobody.
So do you want to find somebody on Tinder?
I would like to. This guy in my neighborhood, he wrote me. He was like, this was creepy. It scared me out because I'm a single woman. I live alone, my child.
Did he say he seen you around?
Huh?
You say he saw you around?
Girl, yes. You know the miles, the little radius, he was really close. And I think I know who he is.
You can't see his face? What he look like?
I can't see that well. I'm like, I gotta get new glasses, but I think it's a guy like 2 townhomes down. And I think wrote me, he was like, hey, what's up? I think I seen you in the neighborhood. And I immediately blocked. I was like, oh hell no.
I mean, he can be real sweet. You can't help where that man live.
Girl, that creeped me out. Girl, that creeped me out. That was just
because watch you see him in person, he'll be like, why'd you block me? And he'd be like really sweet or something.
This happened like 2 weeks ago, and I was like,
I mean, you gotta give him a chance. I know you real like cutthroat about it now. But give him a chance. Maybe unblock him. Don't ask him where he stay though. Like just leave the radius or the location alone. Just get to know each other. Yeah. And come up like, oh yeah, you stay two townhouses down. Okay.
Everybody's a serial killer. That's another that's a toxic mind. Like I feel like when I leave this earth, I want to leave this earth with natural causes. Like I don't want nobody saying like they took Kayla out. Like, no, I cannot let nobody take me out.
No, I don't want no crime scene. No.
I don't want nobody like on true crime. It's gonna say Kayla's co-worker. Kayla was a great person.
No.
Like I can't. So I'm just very careful of like.
Yeah, and I understand being a single mom too. Like you got to be real mindful. But he could have been the love of your life, and your ass want to block.
He wasn't that cute anyway, so it made it better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
girl. Some men's in Atlanta, child. Some men's in Atlanta, they be looking real good. I'll be like, Lord, don't do it. Don't do it.
I know something wrong with them though.
You think? Because, I mean, we'll talk about my tea offline. But yeah, no, they're chocolatey out there.
I live on the north side, so it's like, you live over there by the airport? Like, so this is not going to work out. Because the airport is, like, I live on the north. The airport is on the south. It takes me an hour to get to the airport. Sir, how are we do this? It's
the same way in LA. It will take an hour to get everywhere out here. Yeah, that's normal though. An hour, you act like that's out of state. An hour,
girl. The airport is like
y'all better do 30 minutes each and meet in the middle.
Yeah, he could live in my county or something like that. You know, yeah. But Allstate, people from Allstate over there by Six Flags. Oh no, that's just far.
No, that's a no.
Allstate, you know what Allstate is?
Mm-mm.
It sounds far. It's like that's where Six Flags is. That's like far from everywhere.
Is it by Columbus? I went to Columbia when I was out there.
It's like, oh my God, I haven't been to Six Flags in so long. Gosh,
I don't know.
Messed everything up. It's ruined everything. But yeah, hopefully I do. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Lord. I just don't know.
One thing at a time. So, before we hop off, are you dating this year? Is Kayla dating this year? Is that the
they coming. I just don't like none of them.
Oh, girl, get on Clubhouse. All the niggas is on Clubhouse.
It's like the conversation is like it'll go good, and then like, sir, what are you doing? Like one guy, he was like, I hope you're watching this too, because I know he still subscribed to the show. He was like, FaceTime me. I FaceTime him, he don't answer. Call me. I call, he don't answer. By the third time, I was like, you playing games with me. Like, sir, you got me effed up.
What happened in the 2 seconds it took for him to say, call me, for you to call him that he couldn't answer the phone?
This was going like 2 or 3 times. I was like, sir, you something is truly wrong with you. Virgos.
No, I like Virgo women, but Virgo men.
They unstable. I be telling people this. And people think I'm so. I've been meeting them back. Like one particular guy, Brandon. He didn't have a lot going on for himself, right? But he was such a sweet guy. He would pick me up like nice flowers from Kroger's. And I knew they was Kroger's flowers because I buy my own flowers, so I seen them. But he was like one of those quiet guys that like put it down. Like you wouldn't even, You wouldn't even expect that from him.
Uh-huh.
So like depressed, the most depressing young man I've ever met in my life.
Aww.
The nerves to be still dealing with his ex-girlfriend. I was like,
damn. It'd be the ones with the good dick too.
it was shocking.
It was shocking.
It's always those the ones with the bigger egos. Like it be those quiet ones. That's why I like nerdy. Like nerdy. He was
It'd
like
be
real.
the ones that be to themselves that you got to worry about, and them, the ones that are to themselves, and funny ones. Funny, like comedians always are funny for a reason. They're funny because they be covering up pain. Like I had to learn that the hard way. Like they be like Kevin Hart's laughing at my pain. Like funny dudes really be going through it. Like
You know what? Funny. I think being funny too is kind of like cracking joke is like my awkwardness.
yeah.
Like, and I found out my life path number is 3, and Kevin Hart life path number is number 3. All the people I know are like real like.
Wait, how do you find your life path number? Can I Google it?
Oh yeah. Let's do that. So.
Oh, you can do it for me. Hey.
Let me see. I gotta give you the particular website. Life path. All you have to do is put in your calculator so it can find it for you, because you don't want to be doing all that added. Well, you a teacher, you smart. I don't have all that adding and stuff. There's one called Felicia Binder. Let me send it to you to Instagram.
Okay.
Put in your birthday. Oh, we're gonna find out your life path number. And it's so crazy because the more research I did, I'm like, I need some also spirituality too. I think somebody I met like last year, he was a life path 3. He does like podcasts too. It made so much sense why we clicked like that. I was like, oh, MG.
Yikes.
Just,
so does your life path number, is that just like your lucky number? Is that what it is?
It kind of like, it's the number that kind of shows you what you're destined for in life. And it's honestly the most creepiest thing I ever, because I'm a 3.
But everything comes in 3s for you?
It's like I'm a communicator, creative, indecisive, always coming up with creative ideas. They say normally they're the person that's always gonna spark a conversation, get everyone to laughing. That right, my daughter is an 8. Mm-hmm. She says she's similar to what my mom is. Money is like they're gonna be very important. Like my mom, money, nothing comes over money. And my daughter 8 too. I said, okay, that's why she's so smart. I said she's gonna be something special. Let me send it to you on. Oh, you changed your logo. I'm sitting here looking for.
Oh yeah, girl, I changed it right before we hopped on. Had to do some branding. Had to get the girls together. We trying to get monetized.
Okay, I just hit 70,000 views on YouTube. They just to subscribe and stop leaving without subscribing. I should have 70,000 subscribers for those 70,000.
It's the same thing on Instagram. Like how I got 600 views and not that many likes. What are you just want to look at me? That's it.
And then analytics be telling on y'all, like y'all be sharing, like, okay, that's the one. Okay, so I'm gonna go and click on the website with you so I can see, because I'm curious to know what you are.
Okay, just got it. Do I have to add myself, or is she gonna do it, or whoever this is? Let's see. Monthly forecast, life path numbers.
And also people out there who are in relationships too, find out your love language. They definitely have a couple quiz, and they have the singles quiz. I found out mine is words of affirmation, which makes sense. Like a guy giving me a card for Valentine's Day, like pouring your heart out in a card, like I would boo-hoo more than him buying me jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's sweet though. Wait, my life path number is 1.
Okay, let's see. Where's 1 at? Let's see.
1 life.
At the bottom of it should give you the name of it.
The innovative leader. Oh, that sounds like me. That's cool. I like that. I'm gonna send this to Jay.
Born leader, self-motivated, independent, and hardworking. Yeah. Once you read onto that and get on YouTube, there's this guy, black guy, I'll send you the link. he breaks it down like so perfectly, like it's almost scary a little bit. But yeah, you guys go on like FeliciaBender.com. Just put in your birthday. It'll tell you your life path number on your own, so you don't have to do all that calculating and all that adding.
Yeah.
That's how, like, years ago. And then I was like, wait a minute, they got a website that calculates.
Yeah, a whole website. No, I love that. But that sounds exactly like me. Okay, thanks, Felicia, this little white woman.
I know she has a YouTube too, where she'll explain it better to you too. She's really good. She'll break it down.
Okay, I'm
so no, I haven't been in any toxic relationships. That relationship was like literally like 10 years ago. So now I've just been very careful. I learned from that situation. I haven't gotten myself in any situation like that now. Like
and we pray that you don't have no more. So
it don't even make it into toxic once because you know, I just
once you be done, you done.
Yes. Oh, Sami, tell us where we can find you at on social media and what you got going on.
You can find me at Sami Social, SAMII Social, on everything, YouTube, Twitter, everything. And then I also have my own podcast with my best friend, Vivacious and Vulgar, and that's also on YouTube and every other podcast platform as well.
Yes. And me and Sami, we have Social 411. Follow us on Clubhouse. She's Sami Social. I'm Kayla Got the 411. Networking room with creators. We talk about each week is always something different, but it's still on the aspect of creative. Everybody follows each other, gives great advice. So follow us on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is popping. I be telling people, like, you just gotta work it. It depends on
we should do a Whopping Wednesday on Clubhouse.
Oh, girl, I had to trademark that, girl. They trying. Yeah, let's wait till them papers come back first.
Okay.
Girl, we'll talk about that after. But I'm going to 411. Next week, I have another episode. What's Love Got to Do with It with Ron the Richest. That man is hilarious. You guys got to check it out. It's going to be a dope episode with a man perspective and a female perspective. So make sure you subscribe to YouTube, okay? Because it's going to be a great 2-part for Valentine's Day for all the lovers out there. And even if you're not singles, this is for us, but don't derail on being single for Valentine's Day. Take yourself out. Like, go get your nails did. I have no problem going out to eat by myself. Like, I enjoy myself going out to eat by myself, getting drinks, having a good time. So don't let it, make you feel down in the well.
Hey y'all, it's Kayla Got the 411. If you want to keep up with me, all you got to do is just go to Google Kayla Got the 411. It will let you know everything that I have going on that first page. I have made sure of that. Or you can just go to YouTube, my main channel, and watch the show and make sure you subscribe. Thank you to everyone who leaves amazing comments and reviews under the comments. I read them and I truly appreciate them to the point they make me tear up. Also, my streams on Apple have been going up, so that lets me know that you guys are enjoying the audio from the videos on YouTube. So if you're listening on Apple, go ahead and drop your girl a review. And I truly appreciate everything that people are saying, nice comments. If I'm able to make you laugh and smile, that's all that matters to me. My content clearly shows that I enjoy doing what I'm doing because I always have a good time. And just a quick update that I'm now on Pandora Podcast. So you can listen to me on Spotify, Apple, Google, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and of course watch me on YouTube. So thank y'all so much, and I appreciate all the support, truly.